I want to talk to you really quick about chapter 4 of Jimmy Johnson's book called Swagger. The chapter is called Devastated to Dominant. And Jimmy Johnson basically talks about in the chapter how he took a more talented team that he believes is more talented, the Miami Hurricanes in 87 versus the Penn State Nittany Lions in the Fiesta Bowl. And he feels like his team was more talented. He feels like he blew it as a coach. You know, he feels like that game really devastated him. He said he cried in the locker room after the game. He said one thing that he didn't like was the media tried to paint a picture that Miami was the bad guys and Penn State were the good guys. Something happened before the game that kind of even added fuel to the fire, I guess, where the Miami players showed up, got off the plane, and aren't dressed in Army fatigues. And there was like a banquet or some type of steak dinner they had where both teams are going to be there. Jimmy Johnson said he went. He said Joe Paterno didn't go, but the Penn State players showed up and dressed in like suits with blue blazers, and the Miami guys came with like black sweatsuits on. And so there was an MC or somebody there that was like making jokes, stuff that was inappropriate. And so eventually Miami ended up leaving. One of the players was like, let's get out of here, about to leave, stood up and said that. So he said after he lost to Penn State, that made him a more intense coach. And he became even more detail-oriented after that. That's what it did for him. Also in the chapter, he talked a lot about his willingness to gamble. He talked about the next season, his willingness to gamble, willingness to take chances as a coach. He has a saying, you can't play with scared money. If you're coaching, that's on the gambling table. It's anywhere in life you got to be willing to take a chance, according to his philosophy. And when you take a chance, take a big chance. Don't just take, if you're going to bet 10,000, not $10. So that's what Jimmy was saying in this chapter. That's what the chapter was about. That was chapter 4 of Swagger. The chapter is called Devastated to Dominant. Thanks for listening.